Are you not entertained? Once again, Barcelona have come out and done an absolute show for us that they have been doing the entire season. I say this as a Madrid fan that anytime Barcelona is playing, you have to watch them. If you love football, you have to watch Barcelona play because the way their style is, it's amazing. They're very front footed, they're very attacking. But what comes with their attack comes with their defense. I would say Barcelona is like a double edged sword. They can put five, six past you on any night, but they can also concede goals and get concede fluky fouls and get red cards. And previously, like the other match that I said, what were the four things that I said in that order? UCL, Barca, center backs, red card. It's almost a guarantee. And once again, a red card has come and stopped Barcelona from completing a remontada, getting back in this game. And early on, Barcelona came out on fire. They came out blazing. Lamine Yamal within 30 seconds already having a shot on goal and Russo having getting down to the ground and saving it. And my oh my, what a player Lamine Yamal is. He is sensational. He is the type of player that you go out and spend your money to watch. He's like even some of most of my favorite players that I love to see when they're on their day. Riyad Mahrez, Cherky, Vinicius, Robin, young Messi, the way he just moves and takes the game at the scruff of the neck and the way he just glides past defenders like he wasn't there. And even early on, he ended up did scoring Lamine Yamal. It was around, I'm not sure which minute, but it was a mistake by Long Lay. And Ferran Torres ends up getting the ball and slotting one into Lamine Yamal in behind, and he just slots it in the corner. And from there, it's getting scary, Atleti. It's getting scary, Atleti. And then just a few moments after, they concede another goal to Ferran Torres. And this was a beautiful goal by Ferran Torres. In between the lines, gets the ball, opens up his body, and shoots it far post against Russo. And now you're thinking, Barca might actually do it. They might actually go ahead and get this tie back. But it wasn't meant to be. And before the end of the half, Ademola Lookman. And before I even speak about Ademola Lookman, let's talk about the back line. This back line, this system, we know that Barcelona plays a high line. It's nothing new. It's been this way this whole season and last season. But when a team keeps on conceding the same goals in a row, I actually want someone to compile up the last, who knows, 50 goals, 70 goals Barcelona concede and tell me how many times is it the exact same way where it's the striker getting the ball, laying it off to the center mid, and just a loop overpass behind the defenders. And there you go. It is a 1v2 with the keeper or 1v2 with the defender, and he just slides it back post for an easy tap in. And once again, the same goal happens again. And also the red card comes in the same fashion as last game with Kubarsi, but this time, Raul Garcia. A ball gets played in through behind, and he comes behind his man Sorloth and brings him down. And at first, the referee gave a yellow, but on second review, it's obvious goal scoring chance that he denies, and he ends up giving him a red card. But it's the same thing every season. I mean, every game. They concede an overtop through ball, and this system of playing, it may be fine, but you need better defenders in these areas. The likes of Ronald Araujo, their captain, who was supposed to be the captain, who's supposed to be the most senior defender on that team, never get to sniff in their game. And I think whatever he's been going on for the last couple of months, it's really hit him, and he's just not up to the levels anymore. And it's more of a IQ when it comes to that, and the physical. He has the physical prowess, but the IQ is not there. And when it comes to this high back line, I think Barca need a revamp. They need a revamp of complete defenders, maybe a new right back, a couple of center backs, and maybe a left back, but they need defenders with pace, power, to be able to do those recovery ones that Barca keeps on doing or needing to keep on doing because of the high line. But the way Barca improves from this and actually grows is they have to get better defenders for the back line to compensate for those over the top through balls, and even maybe a structural change because other teams they play with a high line, but how come they don't concede the same goals as Barca does for the likes of PSG? They play a high, very high line, but they don't concede the chances PSG, Barcelona does over and over again because they have the quality defenders at their helm. And for Barcelona to get to the next step, I believe they need to get a new, fresh back line and maybe drop the line two yards back or something, but they need to get back. And for Barca's midfield today, I don't think any of them really played all that outstanding. For Pedri being deemed as the best midfielder for Barcelona, and even in some eyes, the best in the world, these last couple of Champions League runs, he just hasn't been up to the races. Even dating back to last year against Inter Milan, he didn't have a really much a good game. He didn't have really much of his impact. And so was the two legs between Atletico Madrid, the early red card that he had. He gets substituted off early and doesn't play the second half at all. And even today, although he did complete the 90, it just wasn't a vintage Pedri performance like we all assumed, or we know that what he can be. And you gotta feel for Lamine. He for any of those that have social media, you know, he posted LeBron. He posted, the 3-0 comeback. We're gonna do it. So this kid, he has the ego, which I love. He also has the skill to do it, but his running mates are just holding him behind. The defense is selling him, and then even the front line. Most definitely, Barcelona had to do a lot of recruitment this season because Loa getting at his age, he's just not being able to do it consistently on a far basis. His running mate Rafinha being injured and not being available for this game was a big blunder to them because last season he and Lamine Yamal were like the tag team brothers, the duo. They were going band for band. And for those who say Rafinha should have probably finished winning the Ballon d'Or, who knows? But the numbers that he puts up and that he was always available for Barcelona when they needed him in the crunch time says it for himself. And for him not being there, it was just disappointing because he needs the players around him if he's gonna keep on performing like that. And even their summer signings on loan, Rashford, it's just that he just hasn't performing to the levels that we know he should be. And maybe he won't reach them again. He just has to play a bit part role. But even for someone as much as the wages that he's on and how much he's going to cost, I don't believe he should be a backup for Barcelona when he's going to be on amount of money, if they do get him or not. And even some chances that he did have in the first half, if he converts a few of those, you think he has the game. He think he has it. And then for the love of God, Hansi Flick, this Dani Olmo at the 10 position, it needs to stop. It's not Adi. At this point, it's haram if you just keep on playing him because what is he gonna do? What is he gonna produce? So I feel like Fermin Lopez, I like Fermin Lopez as the way he plays. Not much I like him personally, but I like the way he plays. And early on, he did have a header on goal, and he ends up getting a bad injury to the face by Russo in net. But still, Barca needs some recruitment because this is the second season in a row where they're getting bounced out of the quarterfinal or either the semifinals due to mistakes of their own. And now, Atleti. Simeone. Woo! Like I'd said before, the way Barcelona plays, Atletico Madrid, they will get a goal. And they ended up getting the goal fantastically. And this was after them going 2-0 down. And you thought, okay, these guys, they need a moment. They need to lock in. And funnily enough, that injury coming from Fermin Lopez probably, no, it didn't come at the right time. I'm talking about a different moment. But when there was a break in play, just for Simeone to get into his player's mind to relax, calm down. We're still in this game. If you just get one goal back, we have the advantage. And then lo and behold, once second half became, it was a vintage Simeone performance. Everyone, get back, defend like your lives depend on it, and they defended like it did back in 2014. How I remember against 2014 against Madrid in La Liga when they won La Liga season that season. the way they defended as a unit, all players behind the ball. This is exactly what they needed today, and they came out and did that fantastically. And I say props to Simeone and all the Atletico Madrid players. They surely had their number against Barcelona when it mattered, and it mattered in the Champions League both times, and they ran away with it. And even the Copa España, when they did play them in the Super Copa, they ended up playing the right way. And whew, I believe whoever they play next, whether it's Arsenal, I feel like they can get to the finals. Because Arsenal, they have been in a rut of form, getting knocked off in mini competitions, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, even facing against who was it at the weekend that they lost to? It's not on my mind, but they ended up losing at the weekend, and City ended up winning their game. And now the pressure is on Arsenal because they are going to play Manchester City this weekend. And if they lose that competition, I wonder where their morale goes. I really do. Because I feel like if it hits rock bottom against them, I don't know. It's going to be scary whether they beat Sporting tomorrow or whether they don't. But I feel like Atletico Madrid, they have a really good chance of going to the semifinals, whether it's against Arsenal, whether against Sporting. This year might be their year. And even in La Liga, we already see that he's kind of like, you know, we don't care about La Liga. We won the Champions League. So he's already resting up some of his players for that. And yeah, so far, so good. And I want to see Atletico Madrid in the final. It's been a while since that. And guys, for the PSG game versus Liverpool, I won't lie to you guys. As you can see, I'm in a different scenery today. I'm not in my usual place. I'm actually at a hotel right now up in DC. So I didn't get to see the PSG Liverpool game, but I think it just goes for sure just because of how the last match happened at the Parc des Princes, how this match was going to go. It's very one-sided, and Dembele coming away with 2 brilliant goals. I never once believed that Liverpool was going to even come out and do something. And then when I even saw the lineup today with Isak starting, out of all people, I would have thought Ngomo was going to get a chance in the game to play, but he wasn't a starter, but later came on. But I didn't watch this game, and yeah, I just believe it was going to be easy for PSG, and just like that it was, 4-0 on aggregate. But I'll say the main topic point that I did see throughout the timeline was Ekitike getting that injury and having to get taken off the field. And I play footy as well. It's always tough when you see a player go off with an injury because it hurts. It really does, because you're gonna have to go to the rehab, out for months, out for weeks, and not being able to get it back into shape as you want. And it's come at a terrible point in the season, especially with an Achilles rupture. Maybe 8 to 12 months he will be out, and that means that the World Cup dream for him, he won't be going to the World Cup. Even it's sad that he won't be going to the World Cup because he was a player that I wanted to see play for France. And even when he did score some goals against the recent friendlies in Colombia. So it's sad to see him not being able to go to the World Cup. Prayers out to Ekitike. Inshallah he does. Inshallah he gets a speedy recovery. Inshallah. But yeah, so other than that, overall, yeah, Slot, he has to get fired, and they may not even qualify for the next Champions League. So it's looking real peak for these guys at Liverpool. So all in all, thank you for coming to my video, coming to my channel. It has been MohamedBinsports, MBS. And if you like what you hear, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, take care, everyone.